Hey guys, how are ya? No, it's been a while since the last video. Hopefully you guys saw my most recent video explaining that I was moving from a college house to a new apartment, and that's why I've been so distant lately. It took a lot of work and a lot of time. You guys probably recognize the scenery. This is where I used to shoot all my videos last summer. This is my grandma's office, and I'm just here right now in between the move. And I am using the Zoom H1 because it's a little more portable than the whole Blue Yeti setup. So anyway, with all those disclaimers aside, I'm here to bring you guys my thoughts on E3 with Nintendo and also just kind of the information that's been coming out about the Wii U. Now, I'm not here to give you guys a recap. You guys probably know all the stuff that happened already, and if you don't, then you could probably much more easily find it than me explaining it all in a video that would eventually turn into like a 10-minute video if I explained everything. So let's start with the Nintendo Direct meeting that happened online. What it really did was give us a little more insight into the Wii U's gamepad, which is what they're calling the tablet screen controller hybrid that they've created. They announced that there will be a black version of the Wii U, which is awesome. I think the black actually looks a lot better than the white, which is a first for me. I'm a very white hardware type of person. In addition to the gamepad, they also announced that they'll be producing something called the Wii U Pro Controller, which is very reminiscent of the Xbox 360 controller. I don't find that to be a bad thing. A lot of people are complaining that they're copying, but I don't think it's a big deal because it's actually... if Xbox does something right, Nintendo's not really claiming that they're the first to ever come up with this design. And I think that it'll be a good thing because it'll legitimize Nintendo and kind of put them back on the map. Back when they had the GameCube and the Nintendo 64, obviously they still had those gimmicky character type games, but they actually had a lot more intensive gameplay. I remember even using those controllers was much more, it felt a lot more solid and much more gaming experience. So the other thing that they announced at the Nintendo Direct conference was the Miiverse. I thought it was pretty cool. I've definitely wanted there to be a lot more of a social aspect regarding the new Wii U to kind of compete with Xbox Live. So I like that they're introducing this feature. I hope it has a little bit more depth to it once it comes out, and I hope it succeeds and that there's a lot of people on there, because if there's only a few or like a bunch of kids, it would kind of be silly and ineffective. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the conference itself. I don't want to say I was disappointed because I wasn't, but I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting a price point and a release date for the Wii U, and we didn't get either of those. We got a ballpark that it's going to be announced in the holiday season, or that it will be available, by the holiday season. So it'll be announced before then. I'm thinking maybe November or something, but it kind of sucks that we don't know that yet. I think that would have kind of put them a little, would have created a little more hype maybe. And the other thing would be the price point. I'm going to guess, I'm going to stick with David DeFranco on this one because I was kind of thinking the same thing before he even said it. Roughly $199, I want to say. I know it's a next-gen console, but I'm hearing a lot of rumors that Nintendo's pricing it competitively. I do think that there is a possibility of maybe a $249 price tag, but I don't think it'll be any higher than that. People are talking about like $300, $400. It just doesn't make sense for them to do that if they're trying to break through and penetrate the gaming market. People aren't going to spend that much money on something that they don't really believe in yet anyway. Ubisoft came out with Rayman Legends, which looks very promising. Nintendo opened the conference by saying that they've announced Pikmin 3 and created it for the Wii U. So that looks very interesting and exciting. I've always been a Pikmin fan. I don't know how many of you guys are, but I think it's a very creative idea. Additionally, they announced something called Nintendo Land, which Reggie referred to as Wii Sports for the Wii U. It looked interesting. I'm hoping that they bundle that with the Wii U because it would be a nice type of beginner game for people to sort of get used to it, very similar to how Wii Sports was. Now, in terms of the 3DS, I'm not a huge portable gaming person. I kind of prefer home consoles. I've just always kind of been like that. But with the 3DS, they did talk about it momentarily. Like I said, they are going to be having a conference later tonight about it online. But they did mention some major titles such as New Super Mario Bros. 2, Luigi's Mansion 2, and I think there was one other that really struck me as being a major title that I would have really liked to see on the Wii U as opposed to on the 3DS. I don't know, I just really would like to see those titles blown up to be a full-size console game, especially Luigi's Mansion. I don't know, I was a huge fan of that back in the GameCube days. I would like to use major games like that on something that I'm going to buy already, instead of having to go out there and purchase a device just to play a couple of title games. Does that make sense? Anyway, those are pretty solid titles though, and I was excited to see them exist, whether they're on the 3DS or Wii U or whatever. Overall, and I tweeted this, was I expecting more from the Nintendo E3 conference? Yes. Am I still excited about the Wii U? Yes. I don't really care that they didn't deliver as much as we were expecting. They did still bring out a lot of quality content and did generate a lot more excitement than I think some of the other companies did. And they did say that there was a lot of information that they couldn't really release at that time because they didn't have enough time in the actual keynote presentation. They did confirm apps, which would be like Hulu Plus, YouTube, Netflix. I would buy a Wii U alone just for that feature, because YouTube in HD via a Nintendo device, you can't go wrong. And for those of you who don't know, who don't follow me on Twitter, which you should, I did get a Samsung 32-inch LED HD TV. It's my first HD TV ever. So I'll be excited to take advantage of the Wii U's HD capabilities. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys thought about the Nintendo conference below. And also, will you guys be getting a Wii U? What do you think about the Wii U? Any features that you hope to see in the future announced about the Wii U? Leave all that stuff in the comments. I definitely love to talk about this device. I'm really excited about it. If you haven't already, hit subscribe above so that you can get future videos from me. I do have a lot of stuff coming up regarding that HD TV that I just mentioned, regarding this guy, which is the GoPro Hero 2 that I just recently unboxed yesterday, but I wanted to get this online first because of time sensitivity. If you want to hear about my first day with this thing, you can also check out my website, which is now www.foreverg5.com. My first day, as well as a pretty cool picture of this thing, is on there, so you can read that about that. But look out for videos regarding this as well very, very soon. As always, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Links are below. Be sure to check out my ice cream project at iconography.com. All of you icon winners, I promise I'm going to be sending out those icons sometime in the next week. I was just unpacking this morning and I found the icons and the list of addresses. So I'm going to send them out ASAP, I promise. Anyway, you guys are awesome and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.